If you are over 60, that healthy fruit bowl on your kitchen counter could be one of the biggest unspoken threats to your brain health. And it could be increasing your risk of a stroke overnight. I'm a brain doctor, and what I'm about to share with you is something most people never hear. Not from their primary doctor, not from their nutritionist, and certainly not from the internet. You've probably heard your whole life that fruit is good for you. And don't get me wrong, it can be. But here's what no one tells you. What's healthy at age 30 can actually become dangerous by age 70 or 80. Today, we're talking about fruit. Yes, fruit. And the real risk it can pose to your brain, especially if you're over 60. This includes risks of overnight strokes, silent brain bleeds, dangerous blood clots, and fruit medication interactions that can spiral out of control without warning. Why are seniors more vulnerable? Let me explain in plain terms. After 60, your kidneys don't filter potassium and other substances as well. Your blood vessels are more fragile, with less elasticity and protection. Your body processes sugar more poorly, which means spikes in blood sugar can do a lot more damage. And most importantly, common medications for blood pressure, heart disease, or cholesterol can interact negatively with fruit you once thought was healthy. As a neurologist, I've seen patients come in with strokes and blood clots that could have been prevented, if only they knew what I'm going to share with you today. Let's dive into the 9 common fruits that could put your brain at risk if you're over 60. First on our list is the banana. Many of us see it as the perfect go-to source of potassium, especially for preventing things like nighttime leg cramps. But here's where the danger lies, particularly after age 60. Bananas are very high in potassium. If you have even slightly reduced kidney function, which is common as we age, or if you take certain blood pressure medications like ACE inhibitors or ARBs, that potassium can build up to dangerous levels in your bloodstream. This condition is called hyperkalemia. So, how does this lead to a stroke? That excess potassium disrupts the electrical activity in your heart, leading to arrhythmias, or irregular heartbeats. When your heart doesn't beat properly, blood can pool and form clots. If one of those clots travels to the brain, it can result in a devastating stroke. Let me tell you about my patient, Jeanette, 81 years old. She was eating a banana every night to prevent leg cramps, while also taking a diuretic and a blood pressure medication. One night, she collapsed. In the ER, we found her potassium levels had spiked, causing her heart to beat irregularly. She narrowly avoided a stroke. So, what's my advice? Please, don't eat a whole banana at night or blend it into a large smoothie. Instead, do eat just half a banana in the morning, and always pair it with a protein like eggs or Greek yogurt. This helps stabilize both your blood sugar and potassium absorption. Next up, grapes. They seem like such a healthy, innocent, natural snack, don't they? But in reality, grapes are sugar bombs. A seemingly small bowl of grapes can contain more sugar than a donut. For a senior's metabolism, this causes massive blood sugar spikes, which leads to inflammation and a stiffening of the arteries, creating the perfect conditions for a blood clot. When your blood sugar spikes that quickly, it damages the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium. This damage triggers an inflammatory response from your body. Those damaged, inflamed arteries then become sticky, attracting cells that form clots. It's a recipe for stroke, especially in the fragile blood vessels of an older adult. So my advice is clear. Don't eat a big bowl of grapes, especially not on an empty stomach. If you do eat them, do have just a small handful and pair it with a fat or protein source, like a piece of cheese or a few almonds, to slow the sugar absorption. And if you're diabetic, it's honestly best to avoid grapes completely. Number 3 is pineapple. People often praise it for being great for digestion. And while it does contain an enzyme called bromelain that helps digestion, that same enzyme poses a big risk. Bromelain also affects blood clotting, which is very dangerous for anyone taking blood thinners like warfarin or Plavix. On top of that, its high sugar content and acidity can cause silent acid reflux at night. A high glycemic index and its acidity can cause silent reflux at night. Here's the mechanism. Bromelain can amplify the effects of blood-thinning medication, making it much easier for you to bruise or even bleed internally. At the same time, acid reflux while you're sleeping can interrupt your breathing and reduce the oxygen getting to your brain, which is a known risk factor for morning strokes. So, for pineapple, please don't eat it at night, and don't eat it at all if you are taking blood thinners without explicit permission. If you must, do eat only a small amount early in the day, and always check with your doctor or pharmacist first. What about watermelon? On a hot day, it seems like the most hydrating and refreshing choice. But that refreshing quality comes with a hidden threat. Watermelon is a powerful natural diuretic, which means it makes you urinate more. For seniors, eating it late in the day can lead to nighttime dehydration, which dangerously thickens the blood and dramatically increases your risk of forming clots while you sleep. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes more concentrated or viscous. This makes it much harder for your heart to pump and much easier for clots to form in your slowing circulation overnight. My advice is simple. Don't eat watermelon in the late afternoon or evening. Do enjoy it earlier in the day, and consider pairing it with a source of electrolytes. Even a tiny pinch of salt can help your body retain the necessary fluids and stay hydrated. Number 5 is a classic duo: oranges and especially grapefruit. We all associate them with a healthy dose of vitamin C, but the real issue here isn't the vitamin. It's a group of compounds called furanocoumarins. These are notorious for blocking key enzymes in your liver that are responsible for breaking down medications, especially common ones like statins for cholesterol, calcium channel blockers for blood pressure, and many blood thinners. When your liver can't process these drugs, they build up to toxic levels in your system. This can lead to a cascade of dangerous side effects, from unstable blood pressure and vessel spasms to a life-threatening bleed in the brain. This one is critical. Don't eat grapefruit, and be very cautious with oranges. If you are on these types of medications, please talk to your doctor. A safe alternative? Do switch to mandarins, which have much lower levels of these compounds, or simply add a small squeeze of lemon or lime to your water for flavor. You've heard the saying your whole life, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But does it really? The truth is, it depends on the apple. While apples can be healthy, the popular sweet varieties like Red Delicious, Fuji, or Gala are loaded with sugar. For a senior's body, this means rapid blood sugar spikes, which contribute to high blood pressure, thicker blood, and inflammation in your blood vessels. When blood sugar shoots up that fast, it damages the endothelium, that delicate inner lining of your arteries. This damage promotes inflammation, encourages plaque to form, and makes it far easier for clots to develop, particularly in the vital arteries leading to the brain. So, does this mean no more apples? Not at all. But don't eat sweet apples by themselves or before you go to sleep. Do choose tart Granny Smith apples, which are much lower in sugar, and always pair them with a protein or fat, like a slice of cheese or a spoonful of peanut butter, to blunt the sugar spike. Let's talk about cherries. They've become famous as a natural anti-inflammatory, and many people drink cherry juice for gout or arthritis. And while they do have those benefits, they also contain high levels of salicylates, a natural compound that is very similar to the main ingredient in aspirin. If you are already taking a prescribed blood thinner, like warfarin or Eliquis, this combination can be dangerous. It can lead to your blood becoming too thin, increasing your risk of a hemorrhagic stroke, which is a bleed in the brain. When blood becomes too thin, the body's natural clotting ability is compromised. This means even a minor, unnoticed rupture of a small vessel in the brain can't seal itself properly, leading to internal bleeding that can go undetected until it's too late. My advice here is one of caution. Don't eat large quantities of cherries or drink concentrated cherry juice if you are on any anticoagulant medication. Do enjoy a few fresh cherries now and then, but it is absolutely essential to check with your doctor first if you are on a blood thinner. Number 8. Strawberries. They appear on almost every list of healthy berries, packed with vitamins. But strawberries come with two hidden risks that are rarely discussed for seniors. First, conventionally grown strawberries are heavily sprayed with pesticides, some of which are neurotoxic and can impact memory. Second, they contain compounds called purines, which your body breaks down into uric acid. High uric acid is a major risk factor for inflammation, gout, and hypertension. This creates a two-pronged attack. The elevated uric acid promotes inflammation of your blood vessels, narrowing your arteries and creating an environment ripe for clots and strokes. Meanwhile, the residue from neurotoxic pesticides can harm brain cells, which is especially concerning for an aging brain already vulnerable to memory decline. So, how can you enjoy strawberries safely? Don't eat non-organic strawberries every day, especially without washing them meticulously. Do choose organic whenever possible, rinse them well, and enjoy them in moderation, ideally paired with a healthy fat or protein. And finally, number 9. The mango. A delicious, sweet, tropical treat. But that delicious sweetness is the problem. Mango is one of the highest sugar fruits you can eat. It's also rich in a compound that can interfere with how your liver processes certain medications, particularly those for cholesterol and heart disease. This delivers a powerful double hit to your system. The mango's extreme glycemic load causes a huge spike in your blood sugar, contributing to inflammation and blood pressure instability. At the same time, the mango compounds can slow down your liver's detoxification pathways, allowing medication levels to rise, which increases the risk of side effects or even a stroke. So, if you love mango, please be smart about it. Don't eat it at night or in large quantities. Do enjoy just a few small slices during the day, and make sure to pair it with a protein like nuts or plain yogurt to reduce that massive sugar hit. Now you might be thinking, well, what can I eat, doctor? Let me reassure you, you can still enjoy fruit, but you must do so wisely. Brain-safe fruits. After 60, blueberries, powerful antioxidants, low sugar, and support brain function, raspberries and blackberries, low glycemic, anti-inflammatory, green apples, Granny Smith, lower in sugar, gentle on blood vessels, avocado, Technically a fruit, rich in healthy fats and potassium, but balances rather than spikes levels. Lemon and lime, great for flavoring without sugar impact. Pomegranate, in small amounts, improves blood vessel elasticity and blood flow, the 4 golden rules for eating fruit. After 60, 1. Eat fruit early in the day. This gives your body time to metabolize sugars and avoids nighttime spikes in blood sugar and urination. 2. Never eat fruit on an empty stomach. This prevents sudden sugar spikes and supports better absorption. 3. Always pair fruit with a protein or healthy fat. This slows down digestion and keeps your blood vessels safe. 4. Never eat fruit right before going to sleep. Late-night fruit can increase acid reflux, disturb sleep, and worsen brain oxygenation. 5. And most importantly, always talk to your doctor or pharmacist about your diet, especially how it interacts with your medications. What's natural isn't always harmless. If this video helped you reconsider some of the healthy fruits you've been eating, please like this video and share it with a friend or family member over 60. This information could be life-saving. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 9 fruits surprised you the most? What is one change you'll make starting today after watching this? And just so I know if this type of information helps, type 1. In the comments if this video was helpful, type 0 if it wasn't. Your feedback truly matters. Take care of your brain, take care of your health, and as always, stay informed.